dress gown. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Spending time all alone, sending my songs to the phone, dreaming of a better home, while focused on trying to hone this craft, witchcraft. I hope the brujas let this last.
I don't know if the earth is painted blue. I don't know if that's really you.
That was great sounds of Watson with Outside on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Prestige, on Behind the Brand on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. My colleague Easy Blues is not with us today, but he's here in spirit. But I have a great guest right here on the show. He is a great award-winning photographer, been in New Haven for a very long time, capturing the moments that no one can see through his and only him through his very own eyes. Leigh Busby is in the building for Behind the Brand. Thank you so much for being a part of the program, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Definitely. Generic question. Why did you want to do photography? What made this want to be your passion?
I never saw photography in my future.
Really?
Just
interesting.
Accidentally.
Okay. Talk to me about it.
I had no idea I was going to do photography ever. Now I can look back, foresight, they said, and see that I was always being prepared for this.
Right.
This is today I know it was a call on my life from God, always. But
really?
I am actually, people walk up to me and go, "Hey, young man," I'm talking about older people. I'm like, dude, I'm older than you. I'm almost 60. I'm going to be 60 in a few months.
That's crazy.
I know a hip hop dance out there and I'm always going to parties and clubs and stuff, but I'll be 60 in a few months. So, I never saw this coming. I was always into art, self-taught somewhat because none of us are really self-taught. I took art in school, class and everything. I had a teacher called Miss Betty Turner in high school. I went to school in Jersey.
Wow.
Bergen County, if you're out there, shout out for Bergen County, Hackensack, New Jersey. She has been my inspiration, my little angel on the shoulder. You always say there's an angel talking to you.
Yes.
Even though she passed, she talks to me daily. Hear her voice, I hear her teaching. She taught me how to see with my eyes. She gave me the eyes I have. She taught me how to see. She didn't teach me how to draw, but she taught me how to see. I didn't do much in her class as far as painting and elaborate drawings, but she taught me how to see shades in black and white. She had me do I'll get to the photography part. This
of course. Yeah. Take your time.
She had me do black and like a strip, and she had me do the darkest color to the lightest shade.
Wow.
And to do that in a way that you can't even see where they changed from black as you can get with the pencil to light as you can possibly get, and to do it in such a way that you can't see where there was an actual box, where there was a line difference. And I got so good at that. And she was like, "You're going to be famous." She told me that. She said, "You're going to be famous in the art world." She always told me that. She says, "You don't see it now."
Right.
I said, "How am I going to be famous? Look at this dude over here." And this dude today works for, I'm not sure if he's still there today, but he was the head of NBC or something, the arts or whatever.
Yeah.
That dude did some elaborate paintings that took him sometimes a year.
Oh my goodness.
And I used to look at this stuff and go, "What are you talking about famous? That dude, look at his stuff." She says, "You're better than that." I'm like, "You gotta be kidding. I haven't even done a paint." She says, "It doesn't matter. You have the eyes. You have eyes." And I never understood that. The black and white, the pencils, that's what I concentrated on. And the pictures that I used, believe it or not, when I look back now, was Gordon Parks' pictures. Black and white, coffee table, the books. Today I know it was Gordon Parks Pictures. I didn't know back then. I had no idea who Gordon Parks was, who photographers were.
Honestly, I have no idea who Gordon Parks is either. So just give me a little education on
Gordon
him.
Parks, okay.
Yeah.
Civil rights, the pictures, Martin Luther King, the protests, the march, just like Black Lives Matter, all the black and white pictures you see in the little books, the big books, coffee table books, they call them.
Yeah.
Most of them are from Gordon Parks.
That's crazy.
Very famous black photographer. He was like the first black photographer that actually God used to open the doors for us to be in like Vogue magazine and all that stuff. I mean, he was the first one. Actually, you do know who he is. From the movie Shaft.
What?
Yeah. Gordon Parks is a photographer. He also was he also played the piano. He was very gifted. People don't know he was musically gifted. Couldn't read music, but he played. And then somebody wrote the sheet music. He played music. He was famous for that.
Get out of here.
He also did movies. He went in from photography to movies. And one of his movies was Shaft.
Oh my God.
And if you watch the movie, just like Hitchcock and him, he shows up in some of his movies as a cameo for like a second.
You got to be going on a streaming service now after this.
Look up Gordon Parks. Gordon Parks was one of the most famous black photographers ever. And a lot of the black photographers today that are getting notarized make their careers based on his life.
Wow.
A lot of black and white photography is back now.
Now, so, he's one of the people who are one of your influences, Gordon Parks?
Because I started off back then in 1978.
Wow.
In 70. He said, well, how old you are? You probably weren't even around there, right?
I wasn't around, honestly. Okay. I wasn't around.
Back in high school, drawing pictures, and those were the pictures I drew from Vogue magazine, the black and white pictures and all those things. And I learned how to see. She taught me how to see. She would take a half of a picture from a Vogue magazine.
Yeah.
And you would draw the other half and try to match it to make it look just like a photo.
Wow.
And I got excellent at that people could not tell the difference between my pencils and the photograph. So
that's crazy, man. Roll
forward years later, I finally, at age of, was it 40? I think it was, I'm 59. So I didn't start photography till like about 54.
Really?
Which is only a few years ago.
That's insane, because the Instagram, you have all these pictures of New Haven. Like you have the mayor, you have just like concerts at the State House, and just so much material that you have in that Instagram profile page. And you're telling me you're like 59 now. This is a span of just 5 years. That's wild to me.
I have 15,458 pictures right now. It says.
Oh my goodness.
And that's not counting the few 100,000 that I deleted from my own personal files. I kid you not. On my iPad alone, I probably deleted, like, when I get to like 100,000 at a time, I have to take them off and save them.
Yeah.
What I did was I went out every single night. I did not sleep for like several months when I first started.
Oh wow!
When I do something, I go all out. When I did bodybuilding, I started when I was like 8 years old.
You were a bodybuilder?
Oh yeah, I was competitive.
Oh wow!
I missed my pro card by one spot because I didn't want to take steroids. I didn't diet, nothing. I didn't want to take steroids, and then I just gave it up. But I competed for like almost 20 years.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, award-winning bodybuilder too. So,
oh, good for you. Good for you, man. That takes a lot of dedication.
Yeah, so I moved that dedication over to everything I do. So photography came into my life through. Let me tell you how photography came. I started doing iPad art, and I got good at that. Within a few weeks of doing the iPad art, I started being invited to museums.
Okay,
I'm like, damn, I'm museum. I was like, okay, wow. Next thing you know, there was competition. See who the best iPad artists are in the world. I mean,
wow.
Next thing you know,
that's crazy.
I mean, the top 100 and then the top 20 in the world. In only I'm like, okay, all right, I'm in the world now. The next year I made it again. The next year I made it again. The next year I made it again. So now I'm like, okay, another museum invites me over. I'm headlining. Come see Leigh Busby, iPad painter. Next year the museum invites me back to teach and highlights me, and people come to see me in the museum. And I'm bugging out of this, man. I'm like,
which museums?
Old Stanford Museum.
Okay.
That's no longer there now.
Right.
Downtown Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
Also in South Korea.
Wow, South Korea. Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah. And then also
that's impressive.
Also there was in New York. There was a show for people around the world, and it was so weird. That's when it really started to hit me. Like, it was like France. I saw pictures next to me, and where the people were from. That's when it really started to hit me that, damn, you're worldwide now. France, Germany,
right.
New Haven.
Yeah.
I was like, I said, wait a minute, Germany, Russia, France, New Haven. I was like, okay, this is unreal now. So now I find out that the legality of all this stuff. I said, museums, galleries, all this stuff. Legally, I cannot use pictures from Google. Now I'm starting to find out the legal stuff. Now people are starting to buy my pictures, my iPad pictures for like over $300 now.
So you can just they can just take it just like that. That's how crazy technology is.
No, because galleries now at that level, they're like, we can get sued.
Wow.
That's somebody else's work that you're duplicating. And if we show it, we're legally liable. You have to have your own reference pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I got started in photography.
That's
I had
crazy.
My own reference pictures. And like, I'm not a photographer. How am I going to get my own reference picture? All I got is an iPad. I got a phone, but it's a little Android phone. So I started clicking away with the Android phone. And next thing you know, I got a little Android. I went to Gateway. So with the money they gave us, I got an Android tablet, started taking pictures, Then I got a little camera, started taking little pictures. That wasn't, But then I got a real camera.
Yeah.
I stayed out till 3, maybe 4 in the morning. I found out I like night shots.
I see a lot of night shots on the profile. I really do.
At first, that's what I was doing till 3 in the morning. And then I would be up editing. So I spent almost 16, 17, 18 hours doing photography a day for like several months. And I almost died doing it. Kid you not, I almost died doing it. I ended up
my God.
in the hospital on my deathbed because I wasn't sleeping.
Oh, my goodness.
So my dedication literally almost killed me. But because of that, they said the first 10,000 pictures you take, delete them and throw them away because they're probably no good.
So they're all gone now.
Not really.
Not really.
They say that. My eyes were trained by Miss Betty Turner from Hackensack, New Jersey, my art teacher. So right off.
No, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt.
Right off the back,
it's still there. Yeah.
All that art training came back to me. As far as composition, she also taught me composition. So it was embedded in me. So when I switched over to photography, that didn't leave me. That followed me into photography because immediately people were saying, wow, your composition is good. What did you do to get this shot? And what did you do to get that? I'm like, nothing. I shot it from the window of the car as I was passing by. I was like, what are they talking about? I didn't know what ISO was. I kid you not. When I was getting paid.
Matter of fact, tell me what ISO is.
I still don't really know how to explain it.
In your own definition. I don't want to get you stumped though.
I am not a technical photographer at all.
Right.
The mirrorless cameras allow me to get away with that because when you look through the lens, when you look through the eyepiece here,
Right.
okay, you're moving the ISO knob and all that, and you see exactly what you're doing.
Right.
Oh, okay. When I go high ISO, I can shoot in the dark, especially with cameras like that.
Okay. Okay.
And it changes immediately.
Gotcha.
So as far as all that stuff is,
so it's just helping you see everything just a little bit clearer when it comes to taking that right shot.
the darker it gets,
Right.
the higher the ISO I have
Gotcha.
to go.
Okay.
And when in the daytime, I can
All right.
go down lower, but they call it high ISO.
Oh, okay. I get it.
So it's like,
I get it.
you know, and that frustrated other photographers at first. They were like, how do you do this and not know what you're doing? That's ridiculous. You need to know the history of photography, and you need to know the technical stuff in there. You need to know this. And I'm like, why do I need to know that if I'm focused on being an artist? And if I know if you love the pictures, you're loving the pictures, but then they start asking me the technical stuff and I don't know it. And they would get pissed. I got cussed out and stuff by photographers online, all kinds.
Really?
I'm like,
you always have your critics. You always have your critics. It's crazy.
From within the community, the artist, photographer community. So I got off of all those photographer pages, all of them. And some of them actually blocked me.
Get 'em.
At the beginning.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, these guys are really nasty. And I'm like, I'm staying away from photographers because I found that the people that love my work, they love it. I'm an artist, and this is what I do. You love my work or you don't love it.
And I love your work. As I'm here on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven, myself, Prestige, with the talented and intelligent Leigh Busby on Behind the Brand on WNHHLP 103.5 FM. I hope I didn't lose your train of thought, so go right ahead, man.
No, that's okay. I just love creating stuff.
Right.
The way that I was taught in art was light and dark, shapes, shadows, forms, concepts. And that's the same way I approach photography. The same way, and I will never change that. It's good to know all those things, the technical things, but I met a lot of people who know the technical stuff, and they don't know how to throw that away and be creative.
Yeah.
They don't know how to do that, even with the lighting and stuff. I believe God taught me how to do lighting and all the things that I know how to do, because when I walk down the street, I'm hearing, whether you believe in God or not, it doesn't really matter.
Right.
I believe the Holy Spirit teaches me as I go down the street. I'm looking at the light on the street shining down on people.
Right.
And I'm seeing stuff that I would paint. And I'm seeing the light hitting people at certain angles. And I'm like, and you say, see what the light is?
Yeah.
If you go in the studio, put the light just where you see that to get that effect. And that's how I've been learning. I don't know the technical aspect, but that's how I learn. I'm walking down, say for instance, Chapel Street.
Yeah.
Okay. You know the restaurant Zing?
Yes. I'm very familiar
down
with
that alleyway with the little triangle thing.
Absolutely. It's in my brain. The image is right there.
Yeah. The way that people walk down those types of alleyways and the light hits them. Well, I know what the lights are. So if I go to the studio, I'll just mimic the light where the lights are to get certain images.
That's wow. I'm learning these little secrets.
So I'm not really trying. I have not been trying to learn from other photographers because I don't want to be copying so much from other people.
You want to be your own you. You want to be the best version of you, which I understand. Now, how surprised do you get out of just the reactions just from your fan base? Because everybody sees that one photo differently. How surprised do you get?
For instance, the one with the mayor the other day.
Yeah.
Man, I saw that in my mind for like months now. And it came out exactly the way that I saw it, because I was thinking
that's wild.
Presidents, like presidents from the past, Oval Office, black and white.
Oh, you want to do it just like that? Okay.
Well, the new camera that I'm shooting with only shoots in black and white. That's what I want from, because the surprise is I'm working on some books.
Okay.
Gordon Parks again, going back to that.
Yeah.
Civil rights stuff. Black and white. And the monochrome camera, you can shoot with a regular camera and then go on Photoshop and make it black and white, but you will not get the same results as a monochrome camera. Every camera is a monochrome camera. Right. I didn't know that till the other day, and now I started studying little things like that. And every camera is black and white. What they do is they put a filter, a color filter, in front of it. I think it's red, green, and black, or something, or yellow.
Red, green, and black. Okay,
something
that's
like
interesting.
that.
That's interesting. Yeah.
They put that in front of that sensor to make a color, and that blocks out some light. Take that away now, the color filter, and you have nothing blocking light. So as far as the ISO goes, I can go into a nightclub and go up to like the highest ISO, almost shooting in the dark with no flash.
Is it hard just navigating in a nightclub or like a big concert with all these people? Because you have to really get that target right there. Does it challenge you to be better when you go through all those people? Because it's so much going on in that environment. I'm glad you
hit on that, because I love that type of photography. Like at the marches, like the Black Lives Matter, I started.
Yeah, I saw those.
I said yes every time I hear New Haven, especially protest downtown.
Yeah,
listen, man. I can be home like right now. For instance, I was home, and it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. I got up, to drink of water, and I just said, let me check my Instagram or something. And I heard there was something going on at the bus company.
Oh wow, yeah.
On Middletown Avenue?
Yes.
Some protest or something. Listen, man, I jumped in my car with my pajamas on. And it was snowing.
Oh, my goodness.
Pajamas on and a slipper.
Yeah.
That was in a newspaper. My pictures.
Oh, wow.
And on Channel 8 and stuff. You got to be ready to go. And I was in the crowd, like, with all the chaos. I love it because I love people in front and stuff moving around and the sign and all that. And I love getting in behind them and shooting through people's shoulders.
Oh, wow.
Like that, shooting through the signs. I see it as like a little kid, like under a table, like, whoop, my painting here. Like almost like a little kid playing underneath the table. And the angles that they see and stuff, I allow myself to be a little kid and play. I play in crowd.
So pretty much like a kid in a candy store. You're ready to go.
Yeah. Listen, and I'm not ashamed of doing certain things.
Right.
I got rid of all that stuff. If you see me in some of the crowds, I'm actually on my belly sometimes, shooting through people. I know people probably think this guy is nuts.
Listen, if you see, no one else can see what's inside your head. So like I get your perspective, because no one else can tell you what's in that cranium. If you see it, you got to go get it. You're a go-getter, man.
And I know from coming so close to dying a few times, and even recently, I'll get to that in a little bit. I don't care what it takes anymore.
Right.
To succeed in what I know I'm called to do. Whatever it takes. Nothing embarrassed me how I gotta get in the crowd and get in there. I'm unaware of what people are seeing, what they're thinking.
Right.
I gotta crawl on my belly, get between people's feet, and shoot up through certain angles and stuff.
Yeah.
Go over here, go over there, whatever they think. It doesn't matter. Go behind the speaker, get that angle. I want to get the best shots that I can possibly get before I die. When I die, I want nothing left in me. When I go to that grave, I want nothing left. I want people to say he got the best shots I've ever seen in my entire life. Period. This is what I was put on the earth to do. I want to be the best that I can possibly be with the gift that I was given. So I am out to shoot and to shoot great stuff. Whatever great is, the great things that God put in me, I want to show people what that is. And this is what I've been doing, especially lately. I was recently given a diagnosis with of a fatal diagnosis with my liver. This is like in the last few weeks now.
Oh, wow.
and it was stressful. And we prayed and we prayed and we prayed. I tested, prayed. Ended up in the hospital. There's a few times I couldn't walk at all. I didn't know if I was going to be able to walk. And I couldn't walk a few times. I couldn't even lift off the bed. I had people bathing me and washing me and all that stuff in the hospital. Scary stuff. And I thought photography, everything was over with. Told my daughter I might not live. I had to tell people I might not be around. My daughter prepared them. And look, I'm walking. I'm doing the things I did before. Have an MRI. And through prayer and through God, all of the lesions on my liver is gone. Don't tell me there's no. I asked God, how come I don't see miracles in church anymore like this? Where's all these? Everybody's so into music and jumping around in church, and I don't understand this. That I read the Bible and there's miracles, signs and wonders to show the world, and I'm not seeing it. What is going on? And all I heard was this sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of God. And they had to do a second MRI 4 weeks ago, just to make sure that they saw what they saw. And there's nothing on my liver anymore.
Thank God, man.
So, and I said, God wanted me to do coffee table books with this talent, and I haven't done it yet. So how could I die if God actually told me that? So I know I'm here to do these books and to get these pictures done. And because of that, that even gives me a further passion to go out there and get the best shots. And doing the mayor's shots the other day, that was one of the assignments. You see when he's standing by the window and everything?
Yeah, I saw.
You know, that
I saw.
Like
that side view shot when you see like the little lining on his face on the right-hand side. Yeah.
I always wanted to do stuff like that. You know, National Geographic stuff. I have. This was another breakthrough.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's
National
cool.
Endowment for the Humanities. When I made this magazine, when I read the requirements to making this magazine for photography,
so much.
Oh my God. The requirements to get in here as a photographer, I didn't have to go through any of it. They called me.
Whew.
I can't even tell you what the requirements were. It's like, so they called me, and said, we want a high resolution picture, and we can't find one of the statue of what page is it on? It's a statue
page
at Yale. Don't tell me I forgot the guy's name. I'm so excited now that I forgot his name.
You got a million thoughts running through your head.
Yeah, but anyway, the statue I took of that went up on the Yale property, and I took a picture of that, and it went up. So I was the only one that they can think of, and they used my picture in here. And they sent me some copies of this for my family, for my daughter, my family stuff. And when I made that, and then they paid me, I was like, that's like in the same line with Smithsonian Magazine.
Right, yeah.
I was like, wow. And they called me. I didn't have to call them or nothing like that. That really, really turned my mind in another direction. Museums, magazines like this, like on the level of Smithsonian's
right,
worldwide award. Who would have thought? And all of this after years and years of being locked up in a state mental hospital.
Oh my goodness.
Most of my life, suicidal attempts since high school, in and out of mental hospital, till I finally I was going to get life in a mental hospital. And that's where I met Jesus Christ and my Lord and Savior. And they were going to give me, they tried to kill me in there. Gave me cyanide and arsenic. One of the nurses tried to kill me, and didn't work. I had to be where I am right now in New Haven, Connecticut, on what's it called channel?
WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Leigh, I want to know something.
Yeah.
When the pandemic started, everybody was in their houses. Was that a playground for you? when everything was just so empty during the early 2020 to like a little bit of early 2021? Was that like a playground? You could see like the emptiness of New Haven and just the green and just like all these iconic spots. Was that great for photography for you?
I was able to go down streets like Wall Street,
Yeah.
Broadway,
Wow.
York Street, the Green,
Yeah.
take pictures with nobody,
Yeah.
empty. Even Broadway in New York,
I could tell.
and it was like nobody.
Uh-huh.
To go to the supermarket, and the shelves straight down was empty. You know, the cops wouldn't say nothing to me because they knew who I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they knew what I was doing, and that was something.
It was like probably a surreal moment for you, but also a little bit beautiful at the same time, because that's probably a once in a lifetime thing that can never be duplicated with nobody being there. You know
And
what I'm saying? Like
knowing
you're going
that-
to New York and going just to different of these great spots in New Haven that, you know, that are always, you see a whole amount of people at, and then there's just emptiness. It's just crazy.
Knowing that, and
Yeah.
knowing that as a photographer, photographers should have been out there day and night. I couldn't sleep
Yeah,
because I knew this was history.
of course.
When you know history, you should be out there. When you hear something going on that's historical, keep your ears open and then run towards it. Because when you hear something and you know it's part of history, as a photographer, you are a recorder of history. You should be there. When I heard Worcester Square,
Yeah.
when I heard that was going on, I knew I had to be there.
Yeah, you're right there.
And I like to show up late.
You like to show up late? Okay. Okay. Probably that's when the most action happens. Is that right?
All I need is 20 minutes.
Okay.
You can shoot the whole thing if you want. You're not going to get great pictures. You might, but 20 minutes.
20 minutes is all you need.
20 minutes is your best shot. Go at the end.
Okay.
Don't follow all the photographers either. You see, when you see the photographers, don't go where they are.
Because it's going to be hard.
Nope.
It's not.
You're going to have the same shots.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I wish I could have just figured that out right away.
I'm going to show you something.
Yeah. If we could see it, that would be cool.
Oh, here it is. Oop. I'm not keeping.
Nah, oh, wow. That's right there at Worcester Square.
Do you see? Let me zoom in.
Yeah.
You see that? Looks like he's being hung.
Yeah, I see this is the statue they were trying to take down, right?
But it looks like he's being hung, lynched.
Yeah, it does. It does.
There's a newspaper. That's from a newspaper article was written about this piece here, that it should be award-winning, a Pulitzer Prize or something.
Uh-huh.
That shot, when they kept us off, they roped the whole thing off so that none of the fragments, if anything would happen, when the crane pulled the statue up.
Yeah.
Said that what if it had fell and split in pieces? They didn't want us to get hit by anything, so they roped off the whole area and held us back. Now, once they got it off of the podium and close to the truck, which that was, they moved the barriers and they said, "Go for it." And people ran, reporters and everything. They ran, and I heard that voice telling me, "Don't go with them, stay back." And I wait till everybody was there, all the reporters, all that, and I stayed way back and I watched them. And I was back there by myself,
right,
and I was able to get this shot through their shoulders and everything, looking, and that was the one shot everybody remembers.
Do you believe that gut instincts are guardian angels? Word.
It's when I say God talks,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm talking about.
Word. Yeah.
We say God talks, but that's the language. That's one of the ways. We say gut. We say that. We say I had a sense. That's the voice of God. That can't be the voice of God. Stay back and observe. If you observe things, Oprah Winfrey I was watching Oprah Winfrey and she was talking to these women, and they kept saying, I felt this, and I felt something was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Instinct, where to go, where to stand. Very important as a photographer. Where do I stand in the crowd if I'm documenting something? Where do I stand? If it's not a crowd, what do I shoot? If I'm shooting that tree, how do I shoot it? What angle? I find some very interesting angles on just bare things, trees and things that mean nothing. And people go, "Whoa, how did you?" And I went through a whole season with that too. I shoot right here next to my kitchen, little cans like this from different angles all night long, sometimes till 4 a.m.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. You got to work on your craft.
I'm working on my craft right now on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Prestige, with Leigh Busby right here on Behind the Brand. When you talk about just taking pictures, just random stuff, I'm looking at the Instagram right now. I see the great photos of just Beaver Pond Park and just you taking photos of the flowers and just like the insects. It feels like something out of National Geographic, but it's like 3-4 blocks from my house. So it's the craziest thing I'm seeing right now. This blows my mind.
Such a small area. What I intend to do with that is show people who live right here, because I just moved to New Haven like 8 years ago.
Right.
And I was like, I hear people, I used to take the bus before I got my car, and people would say, listen, ain't nothing to do here. And
Right.
I said, let me show you what is to do here. So I go to all the parks. I go there, I go Edgewood, I go around, Long Wharf. And I'm like, let's take Beaver Pond.
Yeah.
Behind Hill House, right?
Yes, it is.
At the end is it's bigger than that, but the main stretch is there.
Yes, sir.
And you got the football field at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got a little area there that they kind of close off with the butterflies and all that. But that's a little stretch, right? Do you know how much is there if you go there and just slowly walk through?
Probably a lot. It's probably a lot.
Blue jays.
Yeah.
I don't know all the birds and the names and all that. And like I said, I'm not technical and all that.
Right.
I've seen birds that are look like neon, orange, blue, green. I've seen hummingbirds, frogs, all kinds of ospreys. They look like they're not eagles, they're ospreys.
Mm-hmm.
Up in the air, diving, grabbing fish, flying away. I got pictures of all that stuff,
Right.
And you tell me there's nothing to do? There's nothing to see? I've seen birds, ospreys, grab fish, and people say, what is that? Some people have been taking like their goldfishes and dumping them, and they grow like extra big. I seen them grab one of those that like just red, the goldfish, like about this size, and up in the tree eating them. And I sit there and watch this stuff. I'm like, wow, look at all this stuff here. And I'm observing all this stuff. Then I go over to Edgewood Park, the part on Chapel Street.
It's beautiful. I love Edgewood Park. It's so peaceful.
Yeah, the wood ducks.
It's really peaceful, yeah.
They're not supposed to be in this area, from what I'm the colorful pictures from those.
Mm-hmm.
I got tons of those with my big 200 millimeter lens. That lens, I can put stuff in National Geographic or something. The quality of that lens. That's another thing, the quality of your gear. If you're going to do this if you know that you're going to do this for the rest of your life, you should be saving your money and going toward buying the right gear. You should not be saying, well, I want to buy a third party this and a third party that for my camera. You should be looking to buy the best of the best of the best of the best.
Of course. I believe that's in any profession that you want to do. But for the budget photographer, what do you recommend? Are there any apps on the phone that you would recommend for someone who wants to start out in the same passion as you do? Because like an iPhone and an Android phone is just amazing when it takes pictures now than it was just a couple of years back. And I think you can agree with that.
Do you know there's actually books that people have made from iPhones?
That's crazy. I did not know that.
Oh, well,
at all.
There's an African American young man.
Right.
He shoots for Vogue
with his iPhone.
He does tutoring. I don't know his name, but he does tutor. Go to YouTube or something and just press in iPhone photographers, something, and he will pop up. He shoots for like Vogue, and Oprah Winfrey has people shoot her pictures on iPhones. She had a bunch of women shoot this woman. She picked this woman.
Yeah,
paid a ton of money.
I believe it. It's Oprah
to shoot her portraits. And then she got all these African American influences, including Obama's wife. You know,
oh my, okay,
to be shot on the woman's iPhone. How she found this woman? Instagram, and hired her to shoot all these women and put it in her magazine.
That's crazy.
Paid her a ton of money.
That's crazy.
An iPhone.
That's crazy. Social media is a great tool if you know how to use it right, man. It really is.
Yeah. And you don't have to have the flash. Using the light. You can use your hand, right? Take your hand. I'm going to show you one little trick. You want to see good light? The trick to photography is good lighting. Okay, you can't afford a flash, right?
No.
Natural light, good light.
Yeah.
As far as modeling, forget all that big eyelashes and makeup and all that. If you want to be a model, one tip for young ladies or out there, especially want to get into modeling. I hear a lot of them in New Haven. Don't put all that makeup on. They want to see your face. They want to imagine in their mind what they can do with your face. Clean face, take care of your face, drink a lot of water and stuff, eat right. And they want to see what they can do with your face. They know what they want to do. They want to see a clean face, a clean slate like a canvas, and they want to see what they can do. And pictures that are nice and clean. It should be natural light. You take your hand and you turn your hand slowly, and you can see, whoop, I just saw it. The light, bam, here's the light. Turn my hand, and there's a shadow, and I can stop where I want the shadow, and that's how I can see the light. And when I get that right light, then I can tell my model, okay, turn this way, keep turning. Okay, I want a shadow here, bam, right there. I can tell my model, okay, look this way. See that? If you hold your hand up, you can see the light change.
Oh, wow.
Let me see if it.
Just the way, because the shot. Okay.
See that? So you can. That's instead of buying a light meter that costs like $300 or something,
you got something free of charge, right there in your hand. Something that God gave you from the start.
Yeah, I'm a ghetto photographer. We are very creative as Black people, color, Black, brown, whatever people. I used to joke around with my wife. I said, it's hot up here. I'm gonna make a ghetto conditioner. You know what ghetto conditioner is? You take some ice and put it right in front of the fan,
and just let it roar. I've done that. Yes.
Very creative. But photography. I was
just about to ask you about that painting too, if I could see it. You just took that thought right on my mind. It looks beautiful.
I do painting.
Miss Shirley Chisholm, yes.
This is acrylic stuff. This is a painting, not a painting, but one of the prints. You should be printing some of your photos to see how it comes out.
Oh, who's that?
My wife.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a great photo of her.
New Haven teacher.
Oh, beautiful.
And
beautiful.
That's it, stuff like that. And I'll just be creative, man. Just go out there and have fun. Go to the clubs. This is a perfect place to practice with all the protests, with all the activities on the green, the concerts, and don't tell me you can't find nothing to practice on in New Haven. There's so many free.
So much stuff going on in this city. There's just so much stuff going on in this city. But I just want to know, how much fun did you have at Gospel Fest in New Haven?
This year.
Yeah.
I heard back from, oh God, what's his name? Oh, who was what's his name? Help me out here.
It's ringing a bell. Hold on. Does it start with a B? I believe. It's the person who ran the organization, right?
No, the guy the one that sung.
All right, then.
Okay,
Then I can't help you with that one.
Yeah, he actually wrote me for about some of the pictures.
Yeah.
I had a great time. I met a lot of people. That was the first time I really like came out of myself, my skin as far as personality goes, and just met people and talked and had just had conversations and outside of while I'm doing photography, I made a lot of friends.
How great is that building someone else's self-esteem when they see that great photo of themselves?
Absolutely awesome.
Nice.
I'm trying to get myself out of the mindset of money.
Right.
I get frustrated with that part of it because people are charging so little, and I do rant a lot about it, and I know it probably turns people off. Mm-hmm. People are charging so little, and I know I'm worth a lot more than the little, and I'm not getting as much jobs as I would like.
Right.
Because I don't want to lower my price like that and then get stuck down there again. But at the same time, I know I like seeing how people feel when they see themselves. People say, "Oh, don't take a picture of me. I don't take good pictures." I said, "But I do." You might not take good pictures, but I do. And then I take a picture of them, and they go, "Oh."
Yeah, they get shocked.
They gasp.
Yeah.
And I get off on that. I'm like, that look on their face. I was like, I told you the angle, the way you see yourself is not the way other people see you.
True.
I can see you from this angle. You look in the mirror and you see yourself.
I believe that.
A certain way. And I know I didn't feel good about myself. And then one day I started doing a practice, looking at myself in the mirror. I realized I wouldn't look at myself in the mirror long. And I started looking in my own eyes. And I said, other people might have the same issue. I said, let me start taking pictures of people and let them look at themselves. And I would send the pictures right to people. I said, give me your email. And I said, how much is it? I said, give me your email. Give me your email. And they were like, thank you so much. And I had people walk up to me and says, 4 years ago, you took the most favorite picture. I have it on my dresser till this day. And me and my wife at such and such event. And I was like, wow. I still got it on their right at their bedside and stuff. That's like, wow.
And that's the true reward. That's what's up.
Yep.
That's amazing. That's amazing. But unfortunately, we are closing out in the program. I just want to get any words of encouragement, any words of advice for any prospective photographers out here in New Haven and outside New Haven as well too. And we always close out the show with any type of social media, any way to contact you, and anything you got coming up. So this time is yours, Leigh. Go right ahead.
Start exactly where you are. Do not wait for opportunities to come to you. Start today. Do not wait till tomorrow. Start right now. You have an Android phone. You have whatever you have. Use it now. And don't wait for somebody to tell you to start. Also, it doesn't matter what camera, what brand, what system you use. Use what you can afford and work your way up. Don't wait for do not wait for grants and all that. It may never come to you.
Right.
Start where you are and work your way up. Also, social media. I'm on Instagram at BUSBYLEIGH. Also on Facebook, Leigh Busby, LEIGH, Instagram is my name backwards, and Facebook is my name. Those are 2 platforms right now. Also, I have a studio now, so contact me. and we can set up a time for portraits and whatever at my studio now. I have a shared space now, so no more just outdoor stuff. So growth.
And I definitely felt I learned a lot with this conversation. I really thank you for it. And I would love to have you again on this program, because Easy is probably shaking his head because he has a lot of stuff he wants to say to you. I love you, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely appreciate you on WNHH LP 103.5 FM New Haven. And this has been Behind the Brand. Appreciate you, Leigh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Wondering what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just this gown? I don't know. Spending time all alone, sending my songs to the phone, dreaming of a better home, while focused on trying to hone